Chop Power family. Big King. Get free or die. Heavy is the head that wear the crown. Like, subscribe to the channel. Thumb up the video. Thumb up the video. Do I gotta make a song for you? You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm tired too. You see what I'm saying? But I make sure I always come to y'all and leave y'all with something. So tonight we gonna talk about B1 versus T1. Now, those of you that ain't familiar with the terminology, I mean familiar with the terminology, I'm gonna put you on game. Now, B1 is black first. Now, hold on. Damn camera. B1 is black first. T1 is tribe first. And I put the verses in there so, because tonight we talking about, a mind state. We not talking about, the diaspora wars. You know what I'm saying? Though this is, the origin of it. You see what I'm saying? But we talk about, the psychology of, B1 versus T1. We talk about, they say tribe first. The diaspora Africans say black first. And I got a video for y'all too I want to play. From Dr. Khalid Muhammad or whatnot. And he telling y'all to hold the line. Just like King be coming. So tonight, we're going to talk about DNA. You see what I'm saying? We're going to talk about, passports, owning land in Africa. You see what a citizenship. We're going to talk about all that. So, again, thumb up the video. Because, like I say, I'm in here putting in work. And I had a long day. Tomorrow going to be even longer. You see what I'm saying? But like I say, I make sure I come in here and make y'all a priority. You see what I'm saying? So make it a priority to subscribe to this channel and thumb up this video. All right. So I want to start, with the Berlin Conference. With the Berlin Conference, or at the Berlin Conference, they went in there and chopped Africa up, and into these different, subdivisions. Niger, that mean black area. Nigeria, black area. You see what I'm saying? And yes, we always had tribes, always, back since the Nile Valley. And we're going to get into that later. But we can't sit up here and keep separating on these tribes. That's, that's how they took advantage of us in the first place. The slave master went in there and told this tribe, oh, y'all, they talking smack about y'all. The Zulus is talking smack, about, the Igbos or whatever in Nigeria. The xenophobia or whatnot that we got going on, in this global black community, because we is a global black nation, period. You see what I'm saying? And, we got to get it together. And these is one of the, I wouldn't say that's, problem, but it's, it's serious because the psychology ain't right. Because, when the Europeans go to Africa, they, the African, be kind of friendly to them. You see what I'm saying? They be kind of friendly to them or whatnot. And, I know the African diaspora don't like it. You see what I'm saying? Because of how we been treated. And so where I want to hit it, that's where I want to hit it first. And so the mind state of the Africans in Africa is different from the Africans in the diaspora. All right. But the thing is, we the same people though. But we just done had two different experiences and born in two different worlds. Yeah, I wasn't born in Africa, but again, Africa was born in me. You see what I'm saying? And I treasure that. You see what I'm saying? I treasure that. Now, I was on brother Go Black to Africa show. Shout out to that brother. Appreciate it. Earlier earlier today, and they was talking about, should Black Americans automatically have citizenship in Africa? You see what I'm saying? And yeah, we should. You see what I'm saying? But it should also be a process, because I have learned that the diaspora brothers and sisters, you know, majority of y'all that's over here in America is not studying about no Africa. Because Dr. Clark always said if two black people, no matter, what parts of the world they from, if we talking and Africa don't come up at least once, we is out of order. Meaning we should always be on a conversation on how we should build Mama Africa. You see what I'm saying? And so the people that's coming to Africa, the Chinese, the Indians, and the European or whatnot, they got their own agenda. They don't love Africa, period. They don't got no affinity towards Africa. They look at Africa as a dumping ground, a trash heap where they can just loot from. You see what I'm saying? Where they can just loot from. And so our brothers and sisters in Africa ain't truly understood their order. And so I was, on the show with brother Black to Africa, and a sister from Africa came on there and she kept saying, y'all people, as if we something other than the African. And I don't like that, because when we in the West, we treat it as such. You see what I'm saying? We treat it as an African or a black person in the West. You see what I'm saying? And so that sentiment as if we something different than y'all, when in the Berlin Conference in the 1800s, they carved Africa up. You know what I'm saying? And y'all go in Africa, our brothers and sisters, we love you, but y'all go into that tribalism. Now, how we look, coming from the West, being mixed with, 8, 9, 10 different tribes, and this is going to that DNA too. Because in Sierra Leone, they saying that we could prove that we, come from Sierra Leone even a little bit, that we can get automatic, citizenship or whatnot. Beautiful. But then, you look at that DNA again, we got Fulani, you see what I'm saying? All the tribes. We a mix of all the tribes. If you look at 8, 9, 10 different tribes in one, so how is we from the West supposed to just choose one and just say, oh, we Igbo? You see what I'm saying? Or we the Brown, or you whatnot, we Zulu, or whatever. You see what I'm saying? And no disrespect to our brothers and sisters. We love the tribes in Africa. But we are part of all those tribes. Do you understand that at one point in time, thousands of years ago, we all lived together? Do you understand that we all was in one nation at one point? If you go back 4,000 years ago, black people is living in the Nile Valley. There's no denying that. There's no denying that. So I don't, all that later on ism where we, arguing about we Ghanaian, we from Mali, we from Gambia, and we all these different tribes and whatnot. We Mandinka and we the Dinka and all of that. You see, that's that tribalism thinking. The Europeans sparked the arc of that fire, and then he went around giving out guns and liquor. And then, everybody got to acting crazy. And that brings me to something else to, the African sold us. Y'all don't understand them was Arabized Africans. Period. And in Islam, if you're not a part of Islam, they can sell you into slavery. Period. You are considered an infidel. So you can't necessarily blame the African people after they done, been colonialized into Arabism, which is Islam, okay? And then the book is telling them anybody don't submit to Islam is to be sold into slavery. All right? So they looked at them as the opposite, even though they was their own brothers and sisters. But you know, and the African kings done like, came and apologized for that or whatnot on, whatnot. That's why they trying to open Africa up for the diaspora. Again, subscribe to this channel. You see what I'm saying? I started to hold this video or whatnot, but I said, you know what? I'm gonna make sure I keep them flush, keep them rolling. Make sure y'all in there with me. We in the war together. We in the trenches right now together. See, I got my general shirt on. Period. So, you know, again, with that DNA, that's a tricky thing because, the Africans, in America was mixed up. The ones in the island was born in big lots. If you look at Brazil, a lot of them brothers and sisters were born from Angola or whatnot. And they, would speak the same language, and the Europeans realized that they would, could communicate or whatnot, and they would fight, harder against the Europeans or whatnot. And so they realized, we got to break up the lots, the Willie Lynch and whatnot. We got to break up the lots. And so they went to breaking up the lots. They'll get a little bit from here, a little bit from here, so we couldn't communicate. You see what I'm saying? Because we always had many different languages in Africa or whatnot, But we, once they realized that we couldn't communicate on that boat, then that's when they had us or whatnot. They had it up on us. They realized that. And so Dr. Clark always said that we didn't realize that we was all the same until we was on them boats or whatnot. And so, in Africa, the Africans have to have a passport. Say you from Ghana, you got to have a passport to get in South Africa, or you got to have a passport to go to Kenya. You see what I'm saying? How you an African and got to ask to move around Africa, got to go sign some papers to move around Africa. You see what I'm saying? And see, that's that. If we keep the T1 going, that's where it's going to stay. It's always going to be, a divided Africa, where all these 54 countries that they created and their ideology reigns supreme in our mind. But with B1 is saying one Africa. No more passports, no more tribalism and, all that xenophobia or whatnot they be doing or whatnot. And we be doing it over here in the West. But see, over here in America and in Jamaica too, for real, the coronavirus done killed. Y'all talking about the coronavirus done killed some people. Shit, black people done killed more people, each other, than the damn coronavirus. For real. And, certain countries, and I know in Jamaica, I know. You see what I'm saying? I know in Jamaica, I know. And so, that tribalism thing, we got to, B1 say, we going to get rid of that. We black first. See, when you say you black, that means we all one people. We global Africa. We global, one people. Whether you in Asia, whether you in Africa, Europe, America, South America, the islands, we all one people. And that's a stronger, argument than us being divided. Because us being divided only help the ox. All right, that only help the ox. That does not help us in one little bit. So with the tribalism thing, y'all got in Africa, the T1 brothers and sisters, not all but some, be saying Akata and O'Bruni. We have to stop that. We not foreigners to Africa. Just because they stole us, y'all help, y'all forefathers help in that process. Now, we understand that you was under a condition of Islam or whatnot. We understand that. But that's not our fault. All right? So calling us a foreigner, you see what I'm saying? That's just like you calling us a Muzungu. You understand what I'm saying? Because the sister earlier was saying y'all people, as if we somewhere separate than Africa. Don't matter we were born in the West. Just because you put a cat in the oven, and it have a baby, that shit don't make that shit biscuit. Period. If you bring a lion from Africa and they have babies, it's still an African lion. You see what I'm saying? It don't go to the zoo and see on the little plate, it say, an American lion. It don't say that. We still African people. And see, until we get that through our head, we always gonna be failing. And so, we done had just different experiences. Again, Akon was up there talking about, the B1 people, black first need to forget about slavery. That just ain't gonna happen, brother. That's easy for you to say. You sitting on all them billions of dollars, and you actually didn't go through slavery. Yeah, I didn't, but my forefathers did. But your forefathers fought in Africa. All right, cool. They was colonialized in Africa. So if we must forget slavery, B1 people, then the T1 people, might as well forget the colonialism then. And y'all all right with that. See, that's crazy. In Africa, they all right with just being, colonialized or whatnot. I showed a slide the other day. It said 90% of the slaves, if they was put back into slavery, they would say it was God's will. Period. And that's globally. Period. So, we gotta fix that. I stay on that. You see what I'm saying? And they shadow ban them videos or whatnot. When I go to talking that Jesus and that religion or whatnot, they you gotta be this age to watch it, or they'll block it, or we gotta take this one down or whatnot. All right, but see, that let me know right there I'm fire or whatnot. They let me know right there I'm touching on some things, that we need to be touched on. So again, we got this, the B1. You see what I'm saying? Black first, man, second and third, period. Because any other way, that is an easy way for them to go into neo-colonialism, where they come back in and break it up again and take it again. You see what I'm saying? And right now, Africa is building, and it's building within from help also from the outside. But the outside, ain't always black. Indians is going to build in Africa or whatnot. Chinese is in Africa building. You see what I'm saying? But them GDPs that were jumping in Ghana, that was us. That was us. That was the black diaspora or whatnot. That was the black diaspora. So I want to get into the land and citizenship thing. Because Farrakhan told this story before. Because Farrakhan say that we need to go to Africa, but we want our own land to build our own nation in Africa. So instead of it being 54 nations, it'll be 55. You see what I'm saying? To be 55, but Farrakhan, on their Islam, and I'm, no disrespect to Islam, everybody not Islamic, all right? So it would have to, if I was to come in on that deal, it would have to be a fair. It would have to be, a balance between of what we like. You know what I'm saying? Because some of the brothers over here in America is not Islamic. They committed. Some of them Christians, some of them Hebrews, some of them Moors, some of them, you know what I mean? All these different type of groups. Some of them Rasta. You see what I'm saying? So we want to have something that accommodate. But it's Farrakhan right, because they all went over there. This right here probably about 1990. It was Farrakhan, Dr. Ben, Leonard Jeffries, Asa Hilliard, it was plenty more, Ashraf Kwesi, and it was a lot of black scholars from America. A lot of them, you know what I'm saying? Professor James Small, a lot of them all went over there, and they was going for a conference. And they were saying Farrakhan was kind of being disrespectful because they went from Egypt, Ethiopia, in the Sudan, Ethiopia, and then they went from, to West Africa. I'm saying they went to the little countries in between. But anyway, they was over there for some conferences or whatnot. And Farrakhan, they saying Farrakhan was being disrespectful by, he walked into the holies of holies up there in Egypt, with his shoes on, you're not supposed to do that. And Dr. Clark then was saying, like, he's saying we need, our own land in Africa. But Dr. Clark, and the B1 black first people, we look at it as, yeah, we willing to, walk the same streets as the Africans. You see what I'm saying? But, again, though, we don't necessarily want to be a part of the tribalism part. If we can fix it to where, you know, our brothers and sisters is not fighting over that, then that might be in the future. You know what I'm saying? But at this point in time, that right there, the Europeans, as we can see in the West, use that, and they say that they use that against, you know, African people, that, you know, tribalism, you know, and they keep that little quarrel going between these different tribes. And so Farrakhan and them was saying about the land that we need our own, but Dr. Clark, you know what I'm saying, them weren't necessarily feeling it because they know he was coming in on that Islam, period. But we do need citizenship and land in Africa, period. Because the citizenship thing, you know, it don't need to be we wait 10 years for citizenship, 8 years, 20 years of citizenship or whatnot. No, it need to be a little process to where it's 6 months or 8 months or something like that. And at the end of the year, you got your citizenship. You see what I'm saying? Because some of us is coming with our own resources. You see what I'm saying? We not coming to Africa to ask nobody for nothing. We coming in, you know, get set up. Once we get set up, we going to be ready to make some moves, all right? And so, you know, again, you know, speaking on, you know, do the Africans, you know, in Africa consider themselves black. And that's very key. That's very key. You know, because that's where the unity lies. Once we realize black people, we can't sit up here and keep saying, oh, y'all coming to Africa, y'all got to accept this culture and this, that, and the third. Yes, we trying to learn Africa. That's what we coming there for. You see what I'm saying, brothers and sisters? So it's no fight, but the versus is the mentality, the mindset that both communities have as we try to bridge this gap. But saying Akatas and O'Brunis, that is not bridging the gap. That's trying to, you know, put cracks in our bridge that we build or whatnot. And at this late date, we cannot be doing that. So, this, you know, again, this Berlin Conference thing, you know, they broke Africa up. You see what I'm saying? So, do you see yourself is a colony that they created, or do you see yourself as brothers and sisters, black first, be one? You see what I'm saying? Kings and queens. Now, the royal lineage, you know, that's in y'all is in us too. It's in us too, period. And I got a video coming. And I tried to do this one live. It wouldn't go live. The little, like it kept spinning or whatnot. The way it would, I don't know what's going on. You know, of course, I'm out here on the coast, and the signal not great out here, to say the least. But you know, I got a video coming. You know, it's talk about the white genetics and the diaspora in the black diaspora or whatnot. You see what I'm saying? And you know, that's not our fault. Period. That's not our fault. We can't help that they rape the people. You see that they rape the people. You know, and that's just not. And we'll leave that for another day because I don't even want to go into that. I want to stay, you know, right here where we at, because this mind state of that, you know, y'all people, as if the repacks or something is some other type of people or whatnot. Y'all and all that type of language does not roll over, you know, very well with me. You understand what I'm saying? You know, that does not roll over very well with me, you know. And, you know, me, only time you can tell that we something different is when we start speaking. But at the same time, majority of us is still speaking European languages, even in Africa. Y'all speak French and English, Portuguese and Spanish and shit in some areas too. Period. And so we still fighting to be close to the slave master with that type of, you know, T1 thinking. An old concept. That's an old concept, bro. Good. Keep your tribe, because there's knowledge in that. It's information and culture in that we gonna like to keep. But for the future and our future generations, man, you know, we gonna have to elevate, not past it, but take that information and elevate. So we won't be at odds and at war with one another, or what tribe you with. Because that's what they be saying when the African Americans come to Africa. What do you mean? What DNA? Let me see your DNA test to see what tribe you. When you look at it, it's gonna say about 8, 9 different tribes. So which one should we pick? Oh, this one say 38 or whatnot. This the one we should pick. It don't work like that. It don't work like that, because we part and parcel of the whole of Africa, from the Cape to Cairo, from Somalia to Benin, period, and everything in between. That's just fact. All right. So the things that cause they'll say, oh, well, the Africans coming to America. So one thing about the Africans that coming to America, they got black tax. They sending money back to Africa to feed and help. How you think all that development going on in Africa? It ain't just all these other groups, though, the Lebanese and all that. Yeah, they there and they building. But see, the black diaspora ain't taking advantage of, they talents or whatnot, and taking them to, not South Beach, but Labadia Beach. You know what I'm saying? Taking it, all over Africa. Ghana not the only place in Africa. It's 54 countries there. We would like to erase those lines, because those lines, only exist in our mind. Who put them there? Who put them there? I seen that image one time at the Berlin Conference, where they drew a map of Africa, and they got the Europeans standing on top of the map of Africa like, I'm the champion. I'm the champion. I'm the king. I rule Africa. Period. Period. And then I seen, and this hurt my heart right here. I seen the Akan King. Well, I don't care which one it was. It was in Ghana. Where they was bowing down to the British. The British was sitting on a stool, not the golden stool. They ain't get that. They was looking for that. They didn't get the golden stool, thank God. Thank the mama Africa, for real. Thank God they didn't get it, because they know that was the power of the people. If they would have got that, it would have been symbolically devastating for the Ghanaian people, for them to have their actual stool. But they were sitting on like a little throne or whatnot, and the Ghanaian kings or whatnot was bowing down to them, just like the 1400s or something like that. And that was very sad. And so, today, I be seeing the brothers and sisters or whatnot. Yeah, Ghana got its independence in the 60s or whatnot. But, we not no old Brunies. We not no old Brunies. We not know none of that. No Akatas or none of that. We African. Shit. To think about it, we have just as much African DNA as you do. We have a blend of all of them. So it's hard, when our DNA say 8, 9, 10 different tribes for us. So we just say B1, black first, coming from the His Excellency Marcus Garvey, period. Because he understood if we sit up here and keep talking about we the black Americans, and see, that thinking, we never ever been proud to be no American. That thinking, FBA and ADOS, that just started 30 seconds ago. You see what I'm saying? 15 minutes ago or whatnot. And so at that, and before 15 minutes ago, for ADOS and FBA, we always, tried to identify with a culture outside ourselves. And, at first it was Africa, still is Africa. But see, today in 2021, these fools is up here saying that they identify as Europeans. They black Europe. They black American Europeans or something. They black Oreos, something like that. And you know I ain't ever gonna go for that. I'm black as to the core or whatnot. But so Farrakhan was saying, you know, do we need our own land in Africa? You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm gonna be real. Now, that would be an easier way, because right now, you know, mostly the sisters is blazing the trail to Africa, you know. And I be thinking for real, like, that would be nice though to have, you know, it would be easier if we went over there and bought, you know, 1,000,000 acres of land or some shit like that, you know, and it's 2,000 people that put in on just on the start too. Kind of like what Akon them did. Akon doing. You see what I'm saying? Even what they doing with the Uganda and Ghana. You know, that tourist area or whatnot. But we would it would make the land much cheaper instead of us buying it individually. If 2,000 people went over there in a group, you know, and bought land and sit down, they would give it. It would make it a lot cheaper. You know, the more you buy, the cheaper it get. And so, the 55th country in Africa, that still got to be on the table. It got to be on the table. I love Dr. Clark, and yes, I would want to walk the same streets as the African, but I'm not gonna be walking around there and they talk about every time they hear me talk. They talk about some Akatas and Obrunis or whatnot. Because we coming to Africa. Now, my family personally, half, my mom and them want to go to Ghana. But the other half of my family want to go to Tanzania. And me personally, I was thinking of something totally different than either side was thinking. And I'm not going to say where because, you know, they up there in Gambia got it all hot or whatnot. You know, we show up and then, you know, they looking at us like we stupid. And so the area I was talking about, you know, ain't too many people necessarily talking about. And we'll get into that later, but I got a dilemma in my own family. My family like, you ain't going nowhere without us. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to come too, but someone want to go to Ghana, someone want to go to Tanzania. And then I got my place I want to go. So I'm either, we at a crossroads with my own family. But you know, and yes, we do come from a slightly different culture. But if you look at what we do in America, we still, you know, got some, and we was raped of everything. The brothers and sisters in the island, ain't nowhere in the world they could ever deny they African. Because, I mean, your voice still African. You see what I'm saying? The brothers and sisters in Jamaica, in the Virgin Islands, you know, certain, you know, Guyana, you know what I'm saying? I know they speak, but, you know, they still got an African lingo with it. Even in Latin America, the food and the dancing and the clothes that they wear, that's all African. That's all African. What it ain't Europeans. They dress like the cavalier or whatnot, you know, the patriot or whatnot, off the, you know. And then the Indians got feathers and all that. Yes, that's down there. They mix it in. But if you look at the, you know, La Morena and all of that is African. You know, flatbread and all that, that's all African. And so, you know, back to, you know, do the Africans, you know, until you see yourself as a black man or whatnot, you know, that philosophy come out, you know, where that tribalism, you know, that you got today, come about the Berlin Conference. There's no denying that. There's no denying that. You know, you can't make us feel, you know, less African because we weren't born in Africa, family. So again, family, you know, we all black people. I believe in one Africa. I don't believe that black people need, you know, She need passports to move around in Africa. You see what I'm saying? I believe that the African kings and presidents or whatnot should do more, you know what I'm saying, and make it easier for the African diaspora to come home. See what I'm saying? Those at home and those abroad, period. We one people. Ain't no denying that. Go up there, come to America, and you put a native African and a African American side by side. The white man, even if we speaking the same language, y'all's the same. Period. Even if we speaking a total, and say we speaking American language, and y'all speaking Twi or Twa or Twi or whatever that is. But the white man, he don't give a damn. Black people is black people is black people to him. See, that's the attitude that we need. That's the attitude that we need. See, white people got tribalism too, but they smart enough to know to gang up on you. You see what I'm saying? Put all their tribalism to the side so they can beat you. See, we got to have that same mentality. Because that's what your enemy got. He had perfected the craft of saying, well, let's put our differences to the side, unite on what we got in common, and that's hating these black people. Period. That's what you see, and keeping them down on all parts of the world. That's how I know we the same people. You go around the globe, you know, black peoples is on the bottom. Period. You might have a couple of sprout up, you know, where they got a little money or whatnot, you know. But that's because we talented or whatnot, or they done picked you up out of there and put you up in front of the people as a prop. You know what I'm saying? Say, oh, this is what you can strive to be. See, a black person made it. That's why in America you always say, oh, they always say, oh, this is the first black person that done this and the first black person that done that. Man, get out of here. Black people done everything first. See, that's them trying to cut you off from your African history. Because when you know African history, we built the first civilizations. We built the first skyscrapers. Without us, matter of fact, nobody on this planet exists without us. Period. So that DNA thing, you know, it's very key. But, you know, when it come between us, we got to look at that as, you know, just some minor facts or whatnot. Yes, you know, because we want to, you know, experience, you know, all the tribes or whatnot, you know. And again, the diaspora Africans come from Northeast Africa. There ain't no arguing that. And so, family, thumb up this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell. You see what I'm saying? Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Drop out. Be king. Get free or die. Heavy is dead to wear the crown.